It's time for the Brainiac Minute. Get ready. Here's your host, John Boyce. Monday.
John Wooden won 10 NCAA basketball championships in 11 years at what school? UCLA. From 1948 to 1975, John Wooden, nicknamed the Wizard of Westwood, served as UCLA's head coach. He won 10 NCAA national championships in a 12-year span, including a run of 7 in a row that shattered the previous record of only 2 consecutive titles. During this time, his teams won a men's basketball record 88 consecutive games, spent 134 weeks ranked number 1 in the AP Top 25, went to 10 consecutive Final Fours, and had 4 undefeated seasons, including back-to-back undefeated seasons in 72 and 73. Wooden retired in 1975 with an overall record of 664 wins and only 162 losses.
Tuesday.
What Bill Murray movie had a tagline that read, "The story of a man who wanted to keep the world safe for democracy and meet girls"?
Where the hell have you been, soldier?
Training, sir! Training, sir!
What kind of training, son?
Army training, sir! Army training, sir!
Stripes. Released in 1981, Stripes is an action comedy film starring Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, John Candy, Bill Paxton, and tons of other notable actors. Murray stars as John Winger, a taxi driver who, after walking out on his job mid-fare, gets dumped by his girlfriend and then loses his car to the repo man. He then decides to enlist in the U.S. Army. If you love movies from the 80s, and who doesn't, got good news for you. Saturday, April 27th at the Capitol Theater here in Lebanon, I'm hosting 80s movie trivia and a showing of Back to the Future on the big screen. All of my questions and bonus music will come from movies from the 1980s. That's April 27th at the Capitol Theater at 7 o'clock. Brainiac Trivia, community through curiosity and conversation.
Where's your drill sergeant, men?
Food up, sir!
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
Wednesday.
What singer was named Entertainer of the Year at the CMAs in back-to-back years in 1991 and 1992? Garth Brooks. And he beat some legends both times to get there. In 1991, on the back of his Album of the Year, No Fences, he beat Clint Black, Vince Gill, Reba McEntire, and George Strait. In 1992, he also won Album of the Year with Rope in the Wind. In the process, he beat Vince Gill, Alan Jackson, Reba McEntire, and Travis Tritt to win Entertainer of the Year. In 1993, Vince Gill finally got him after the release of his Album of the Year, I Still Believe in You. April 27th at 6 o'clock, I'll be hosting 80s movie trivia and a movie night at the Capitol Theater right here in Lebanon. We'll have 4 rounds of your favorite 80s movies. Round 1 is action, round 2 is sci-fi, round 3 is comedy, and round 4 is animation. After the trivia is over, we'll have Back to the Future on the big screen. That's April 27th at 6 o'clock at the Capitol Theater right here in Lebanon. Brainiac Trivia, community through curiosity and conversation.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
Thursday.
If you find a coin that has a D mark minted, what city was it minted in? Denver, Colorado. Since 1906, the Denver Mint has been in business and today is the single largest producer of coins in the world. There are 3 others active in America: Philadelphia, San Francisco, and West Point. Mint marks are letters that identify where a coin was made. They hold the marker responsible for the quality of a coin. Originally, Philadelphia was the only branch in operation in the Mint's earliest years, so identifying the sources of a coin was actually not necessary. However, when the Mint branches in Charlotte, Dahlonega, Georgia, and New Orleans opened in 1838, Mint marks made their first appearances on U.S. coins. However, the practice of not identifying Philadelphia's coins continued even after the first branches were established. I know what you're wondering. A person who collects coins is called a numismatist. That's Numismatist. Right on the tip of your tongue, right?
Friday.
Robert Onderdonk Terwingler Jr. is a Simpsons character better known by what name? Robert Onderdonk Terwingler Jr. That is Sideshow Bob. Voiced by Kelsey Grammer, he is a self-proclaimed genius who is a graduate of Yale University and a champion of high culture. He began his career as a sidekick on Krusty the Clown's television show, but after enduring constant abuse, he framed his employer for armed robbery. However, it was foiled by Bart Simpson and he was sent to prison. Bob then started seeking revenge against Bart while in prison, and the two became arch enemies. As of season 35, Sideshow Bob has appeared in more than 40 episodes, has had 24 speaking appearances, and been featured as the main character in 14. The Simpsons have now aired 763 episodes and counting.
My tale begins after I had once again attempted to murder Bart.
Okay, so far I'm rooting for you.
April 27th at 6 o'clock, I'll be hosting 80s movie trivia and a movie night at the Capitol Theater right here in Lebanon. We'll have 4 rounds of your favorite 80s movies. Round 1 is action, round 2 is sci-fi, round 3 is comedy, and round 4 is animation. After the trivia is over, we'll have Back to the Future on the big screen. That's April 27th at 6 o'clock at the Capitol Theater right here in Lebanon. Brainiac Trivia, community through curiosity and conversation.
This podcast was produced from the Brainiac Minute. Airs daily on WANT 98.9 FM at 9:10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m.